Everyone thinks you need a fast pass to enjoy Disney, but that belief is actually what ruins most trips. Have you ever just been to the Disney parks and just went to enjoy your day and you're just there to vacation? Well, I've been to the Disney parks quite a few times and I've enjoyed it a lot of the times and without a fast pass. And I personally do not think you should have to get a fast pass because I happen to experience Disney in such a unique way that I felt like I don't think you really need a fast pass. First of all, fast pass is kind of expensive. Disney is expensive in itself, and you just want to maybe like delete some things that you don't want to pay for the trip because I know the overall cost is going to be extremely overwhelming. One of the reasons why I think people might want to have a fast pass is because they just want to go through the park a little faster, save some time, and not have to go through all the madness in the lines. So what made me not want to use a fast pass in the first place for my trips? And I'm from like NorCal, and well, okay, first of all, fast passes are pretty expensive. It's like an extra cost to the trip, and I don't go to Disney very often. You know, I don't really need a fancy trip. I think fast pass to me is like a fancy thing, but like I don't need anything more than that. Like I can go within my needs. I just want to have a fun trip, but I kind of like just to go along the flow around the trip, just like kind of be spontaneous maybe, you know, but at the same time, like I'm saving money. Another question is Disney still fun without riding all the rides at Disney? Let's say I didn't get a fast pass and I didn't get to ride all the rides. Well, of course it is, because guess what? If you go the next time, you'll get to ride more of the rides and there's just more mystery. There's just more motivation. Not only that, let's say it gives you like motivation to work even harder to come back to Disney and experience the rest of the park. And I think Disney is just such a great motivation for people, and I think Disney is one of those magical experiences that makes people just want to accomplish their dreams more.
I think we should ditch school and go to Disneyland.
You're serious?
Yeah.
No.
We're going to Disneyland again.
So why not? Like actually, I think that would be a helpful thing for people is to, yeah, just feel motivated. Don't be pressured to like finish everything in a whole day. Disney is a huge park. I guarantee you, I've been to it. I still haven't seen a lot of things yet, and I've been there like multiple times. It always surprises me every time I see something new, every time I go to the next Disney that I go to. Don't feel pressured about that. Just enjoy the park with your family. Maybe you brought some family, you don't have some fast passes, that's okay. It's a lot of fun. One thing when I went to Disney for the first time in the longest time, I didn't have a fast pass. I pretty much just only enjoyed the coolest and baddest rides first, and I think you guys should just enjoy that first. Like one time, I just like, oh my gosh, I want to ride the best ones. Because I haven't been there since a kid, and it was kind of crazy that I went back after a long time. I was just only thinking about the coolest ones that I just thought in my head. And I think there was some like, there was the Alice in Wonderland ride, just nostalgic ones, and then the coolest ones. And there's Space Mountain, which is one of the coolest rides ever. There's Big Thunder Mountain, there's Pirates of the Caribbean, and oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that I've been there and it's been a long time. And let's say other rides like Haunted Mansion, and yeah, I didn't have a problem. I think like the dark rides are super cool, but like, you know, other rides that are kind of carnival-y that you kind of can get anywhere else, I'd say just like do that for the next time of Disney, and I promise you, you can get all the cool rides first, because I think it's just kind of like a few. This style of Disney without a fast pass is perfect for people that are saving money, but not only just saving money, like maybe you're just like spontaneous and you just want to kind of go in the flow of the trip, or maybe you just want to meet some people. Like some people like to meet people in the lines, or they just like the vibe and the atmosphere, and you're just chilled out kind of person and you don't like to rush and you just want to like sit there and enjoy the view, maybe enjoy the view of the queues. Not to mention the queues. The queues are actually the experience of Disney, and it's almost like an art museum. Or, you know, like, why not just look at all the art? Like, you'll pretty much miss it when you go straight into the ride. And it's really cool if you love Disney. You get to see all the knickknacks, and I highly recommend it. I feel like you should not miss any of it, and you can find hidden Mickeys. If you like to people stare as well, and you kind of just like to look at people, you can go in the lines and just be a little awkward with people. There's certain types of people that go to different rides, which is kind of funny. I don't know why, but I noticed there's different types of people that go to these rides. Like for Star Wars, you see all these nerds, and you see all these guys in t-shirts with Star Wars or just graphic tees, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is totally this audience. And then when you go to Haunted Mansion, you got the horror fans like I am, and I fan out with the horror stuff so much. It's a small world. You get a lot of old folks that love the old Disney and the old art, and they love to chill in the ride, and they're not all about, you know, crazy rides, so they just want to stay there and just like look at all the art, and they enjoy, you know, that time frame of art too as well. So it's really fun to see everyone, every types of people, and you'll kind of just see that at Disney. So don't underestimate the lines. So what mindset do you need to enjoy Disney without a fast pass? First of all, extra patience. Extra patience is going to take you a long way. Have faith. I think that's a good mindset. Like, have faith in yourself that anything can happen. Everything is wonderful at the timing that it takes. Like, let's say you are in line, but then you happen to see a celebrity they just right then and there, because a lot of celebrities kind of just pop in and out of Disney, and you don't know when there's certain people around you, there's certain things that happen around you, maybe there's like something that happens, I don't know. But usually weird stuff happens all the time at Disney. I don't know if anyone heard this story. This guy, I don't know, but there's this thing where this guy went on the Small World ride, and he looked like he was on shrooms or drugs, and then he was kind of like on the side walking on the art, which is crazy to me. I think I'll show a little clip, but that was crazy, and that was all over Disney News, and I was in shock because I was like, how can this person do that in Disney? And I'm just saying this is random, but I'm not saying that's a good experience, but it'd be if you're that type of person that likes to see weird experiences, maybe you'll encounter that on your timing, and you just kind of waited in line, and then you went on the ride, and then you just saw that. I don't know. I really don't think it's hard without a fast pass. You just have to have a lot of time management, and you'll be fine. How does rushing actually ruin the Disney experience? When you rush, you actually don't see a lot of the things at Disney, and you don't actually enjoy Disney, because when I went to Disney for the first time in a long time, I really wanted to experience most of the things as much as I can, and I knew it's my only day at Disney, and I could care less about like the other small things. But the reason why I wanted to is because Disney is such an inspirational, magical, it wasn't just to have fun, it was for me to just kind of absorb this atmosphere, this experience, this happiness, so I can work hard to do just more of this fun stuff. For example, I was really motivated when I saw the show, when I saw the little Disney night show. Oh my goodness, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a night show, and the story of the show just made me kind of just heartfelt, and it made me kind of just click something inside me, and then spark something inside me that made me feel like, wow, life doesn't have to be all bland. Time management is good and efficiency is good, but rushing and not really enjoying, I'm saying like rushing to the point you're stressed and you just don't see what's in front of you, I think that it would make your Disney experience worse. So please don't do that on your trip, because you will regret it when you were like, oh shoot, I kind of just didn't want to see the Indiana Jones line, you know, just things like that. So rushing will not get you far. What I noticed when I would slow down during my whole Disney time, just my everything, I felt like I was less stressed, and I felt less. I actually felt I enjoyed Disney more. So please do not feel like you have to be rushed. How to choose rides that are worth waiting for. So how to choose rides that are worth waiting for is that you kind of just research the rides you want first. And this is kind of what I do all the time. You kind of want to just look maybe on Google or like kind of search on YouTube the rides that you want to ride and see how cool it looks, and you're just really hyped up to want to ride a ride. I think it's so great that you research it first. And for me, I really wanted to ride the Haunted Mansion ride because I'm a horror fan and I love old artifacts. I just love Disney because it's all about old stuff, old vintage and everything. Really, that was the most thing that I just cared about. What are the rides that have shorter waits than people expect? Well, if you want to know the shorter lines, sometimes Disney likes to lie about the wait times. So what are the times of day to avoid rides completely? And this is something that I have experienced in my experience at Disney. I remember I would just run to the rides first thing in the morning that are the best ones, and that's by the park opens at 9, right? Or 8. So, and I would go to maybe 1 or 2 to 3 rides being in the line, and that would end by 11 o'clock if I've ridden maybe 3 rides. But that's because I've woken up super early till the rope drop, and that helps a lot. Being at the rope drop helps so much because everyone's kind of rushing to the ride, but when you get there, you have so much time on your hands. Usually when it hits 1 o'clock, I feel like you should avoid going on rides because at 1 o'clock everyone's out of the line and it gets really long. Okay, so the times that I feel like you can go back onto rides is 3 o'clock to 2 p.m., 3 p.m. because people are just eating and relaxing. I don't know why, but at that time, people are just mainly relaxing. If you want to be super flexible and just kind of figure out times without, having, a fast pass, just try to figure out which lines are shorter or just which one's longer. And also kind of look at the wait times. If you have the app, the Disney app, the Disneyland app, or the app, and you kind of just see the times and everything like that. But also know that Disney kind of lies about their times. And then you can kind of just figure out which one is the best one to go to during this time and to go next, like what's not worth it, that's too long of a wait, and what's worth it. When you have space in between times, you could check out the food and the snacks, maybe eat something really nice at Fantasyland or Tomorrowland. They got the pizza place, and you should definitely go to some shops. The shops have different theming and there's different stuff at each shop, so you should check that around. And they have a lot of cool displays from real things, real items, and if I remember, they have some real stuff displayed that are kind of historical in the Pirates of the Caribbean area, New Orleans area. Would I recommend this to first timers or just revisiting visitors? This is interesting, but I actually feel like it's better I would recommend fast passes for revisitors. The reason why is because if you're a revisitor, and plus if you got the money, cool, is that you're kind of, just going through the rides and you just want to experience, just have fun, and that's fun. But I just feel like it's more for the revisitors. For the first timers, I feel like, if I could give an example, if you're watching a movie and you skipped through the movie from time to time, you're just not gonna get the story. If you're missing that cue, there's a lot to that cue than you realize. There's a story behind it, and you get to understand the theming, the story behind the ride. As a first timer, I think that will give a lot of experience, and just I feel like that will kind of motivate people for their first time as well. And I feel like if you're first timer, it's gonna make you want to go to Disney the next time. For a revisitor, it's like, oh, you get it now. As a first timer, I would say just don't get a fast pass. I will tell you, without having to go on the rides, my favorite memory that I think about to this day is that one of the actors just kind of was roaming around the parks, and I thought that was really cool. And I got to stop by one of them and talk to them, and I was kind of nerve-wracking because whenever I talk to Disney characters, I kind of freeze up and I don't know what to say. funny, but their characters, I just talk to them casually because I don't think about the series that they're in. I don't think about like, you know, their characters. So I just kind of talk to them like normal. But it was so cute because the actors were super into character. It was Alice and the Mad Hatter were together and they were in Fantasyland. They were by the well. Next to the castle, and he was so nice enough to be like, oh, what is your camera? I'm like, oh, it's a DJI, and we got to kind of like spin around, and it was so cute. I never had that kind of interaction ever. So I will say you can just have fun without having those fast passes, because I definitely did, and I remember that so well to this day, and it really brought a smile to my face. And he was a really, really great actor. I think he's really popular because he's been Mad Hatter for a long time. So if you go, I hope you go find him because he's really nice. One thing I really, really wish though, I kind of understand the fast pass reason, but I really wish people had time management and understood that you don't need these fancy other purchases to make your park experience better, because I have experienced it in such a great, unique way. I was happy for it. And that's something that I kind of stress about a little bit because you don't know. I'm confident that anyone could have a really great time at Disney without having a fast pass. And I know some people haven't even had good experiences with having all those fancy things. Like maybe they dropped some food in their dress and then that ruined their whole day, you know? Maybe something happened and that ruined their whole day during Disney's. All that could happen. It's good not to think bad things, right? But just to think of all the good things and you'll have a great experience. One question that I find interesting is if I enjoy the rides mostly or do I enjoy the vibes of Disney? I like the rides. Those are fun. But the vibes are also something really interesting because I'm not from SoCal, but I kind of like the people look. And when I see people, it's like, oh, they look like maybe they're famous or just the vibes, just like cool vibes from people. I just stare. It just makes me happy because everyone else is happy too. Would I recommend FastPass? All in all, I think it's without a fast pass is also a really great thing, and I really highly believe that anyone can have a really great time at Disney without a fast pass because I did it so many times and I really enjoyed it. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I am doing more Disney stuff or theme park stuff on this channel, and if you want to support, I'll put like a link of like a Patreon or some kind of thing that you guys can support because that would be really helpful to me. I'm so thankful that everyone is watching and having a good time, and I want everyone to have a good time and have a great Disney time and your experience with your family and loved ones. So if you liked this video, go ahead and like and follow for more as well, because in the next one I will show you more of like helpful tips and vlogs that I will be at the parks sometime. I plan to be at the parks someday in my life. I don't know, it's expensive, but I really do. I'm gonna stay active on that, and I have some vlogs I still have stored that I wanted to share about Disney, and I really enjoyed my experiences at other places I've been to, my theme park experiences. But other than that, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in the next ones.